Not only is he doing it on the field for 401 games for his club, he's a big contributor to the community, has numerous roles within the various teams that form that guard of honour. So obviously he's done it as a winger, he's done it as a centre, he's played in the halves, the back row, and he's just a fierce competitor, and he deserves everything he gets.
Well, we're underway, and it'll be Huddersfield who get first touch of the ball, and I'm sure that Leroy Cutcho, in all his professionalism, will be putting all that celebration to the back of his mind right now and focusing on what is another important game for his side. They do not want to go through the season not having won at this ground.
There has been some green shoots over the last couple of weeks. You think back to that Castleford win and this steady, slow progression and improvement in the Huddersfield ranks. They're obviously bolstered with those players you talked about. Niall Evalds has been out since round 7, and Luke Robinson welcomed him back. He's a genuine threat when he's returning the ball.
Well, there's a first carry of the night from Leroy Cutcho. Back it goes to Tui Lolohea to put a big boot on that. It'll bounce safely into the hands of Max Jowett, who's got Jaden Myers there for company, but Jowett will take it on himself. And Wakefield start from there.
Good chase from the Giants. Obviously, everyone expecting the kick from Tui Lolohea, who had an amazing start to last week, leaping over Wakefield it was to get the opening try away at Wigan last week. Resulted in nothing. They couldn't hold on to that 10-0 half-time lead that both teams on show tonight led at half-time by 10-0, but didn't get the win.
Well, we said it a few times in regard of this Huddersfield side. If matches had finished after 40 minutes, they'd be in contention for the playoffs this year, because they have led so often in matches at half-time and have not been able to hang on. And Wakefield come to the end of their set, and Mason Lino sticks it high in the air. It's safe enough catch for Niall Evalds, and there'll be some nerves there with Niall Evalds, won't there? That broken foot in the first game, and
he'll just want to get some early touches, Dave. His positional play as a fullback is outstanding. During his time at Hull KR, he flirted between winger and fullback. He's one of the most devastating ball returners we've got in the league, and if he can find some form and pick up where he left off before that injury, Huddersfield have got a genuine threat at the back.
Well, they found themselves inside the Wakefield half here, with still a couple of plays to go. Burgess, the latest to take it on, running straight into Chaos Fartilli. Well, an impact he's made this season, the Wakefield Trinity player. And on the last, Lolohea will put it up there, and ground covered by Max Jowett to run it back to relative safety, and threatening something a little better than that as well.
A better balance for Wakefield with Jowett at fullback. He's been filling in. Jake Truman unavailable. Ollie Russell making his way back to full fitness with a loan spell at Salford. So it's going to be an embarrassment of riches for Darryl Powell soon. But Wakefield are better with Max Jowett at the back, roving a freedom roll.
Liam Hood operating out of dummy half, and in terms of landmarks, he's on game 300, the career game 300 tonight, so that's pretty impressive as well. As Wakefield look through Corey Hall to put on a bit of fancy footwork and try and advance his side's claims at the back end of the set. Last play, up in the air from Lino. Evalds underneath it, and it'll be a safe catch in the in-goal area, back to the 20 for the tap restart.
Too long from Lino, too much height on that, and again, the positional sense of Niall Evalds flawless.
Lolohea rolling in there. Adam Swift taking on some of the hard labour down the middle. It's the winger's task. This is Cudjoe again. I think he's going to get a little special roar from a section of the fans every time he gets hold of the ball. Wolford, Burgess travelling with him. They've managed to bully their way about 12 metres inside Wakefield territory, and place to go as well here, so this is just looking interesting at the moment. Evalds is joining in. The pass from Horsall hits the ground.
It was touched.
It's another set. Yep, referee waves another set. So back they come with Powell. Tristan Powell with a drive. Zach Wolford, a dummy half. Promising position from the Giants' point of view, who are looking down this left-hand side. Bibby spilled. It's Frawley who's involved, and across, and this is really good, and into the hands of Gagai, who gets over to score the game's first try. Well, they found a huge gap on the right-hand side. Wakefield defenders looking at themselves to wonder how that developed, but a very promising and confident start has been turned into points. Gagai the scorer.
Beautiful shape and execution from the Giants. They came from the hand in after an attempted pass by Huddersfield Giants over on that left side. He gets 6 more tackles on a quality play. Frawley, players and options out the front door, always choosing those sliding, veering, arcing players out the back, trying to stretch the defence of Wakefield. And Gagai is patient. It's a quality finish and a wonderful start for the home team.
Well, he's now top try scorer in all competitions for Huddersfield this season on the back of that. That's try number 8 for the year. The fact that scoring 8 tries and being leading club try scorer tells you a little bit about the misfortunes that Huddersfield have had in 2025, but he'll be happy with that from a personal point of view. And Tuilola here now with a chance to try and stick this one over. Walking himself, getting himself ready, strikes it, started, oh, he's hit the post. Hits the post and goes wide. It was one of those, if you're on the goal tee at the Open, at Portrush, you know, that's a nice shape to it, but not quite the shape that he was hoping
You
for.
and I were just leaning to our left, just trying to usher it in the post. Tuilola here, as he does every time he wears, well, whether it's a Huddersfield Giants shirt or a Salford Red Devils shirt, on his time whenever he's played, always has an influence. So it's that cut-out pass. Great start.
Well, Huddersfield fans in great voice at the moment. Loud enough to drown out the cowbell.
For now, Dave, for now. Don't say it too loud.
Walker goes back on the inside again, and Wakefield looking to muscle up here. Having conceded early, they do not want to gift any kind of yardage to the Giants on this next set. As a Wakefield player down injured, he's okay. It's Corey Hall, he's going to be okay. This is decent defence at the moment. Huddersfield being held, resisted. Only a couple of plays left in the set. Walford again. Cudjoe helping on its way, a little step from Lolohea. Offering on for Milne, Tony Milne. Well, they're on the last inside their own half, so Wakefield have done the job in terms of resisting that go forward. Frawley kicks. And a good take from Jowett, who positioned himself well there on the touchline.
I'm just checking the urgency of the Wakefield players. Obviously, we mentioned both teams coming off the back of a defeat. It's probably Wakefield a little bit more hurt in terms of the loss and the performance away at Hull FC last week.
But otherwise, they've travelled very well this year, haven't they? They've picked up some eye-catching results at the likes of Leeds and at Lee, at Warrington.
Played for it, home or away.
Yeah.
Sign of a great side. They don't have they don't favour anywhere.
Hood, a little dart down that blind side, bringing it back towards the middle. McMeekan helps it on its way. This now is Cameron Scott. Cam Scott looking for an inside path.
I feel like they missed the jump there with Liam Hood. Took 5 metres and had to pass back 10.
Mason Lino sticks it high in the air. Evans backtracking, safe catch, but this time in the field of play. And Huddersfield start from there.
Liam Hood's always going to get up and have a dart, and probably his mindset, along with his teammates, is find a pass, let's get to the kick, complete the set.
Ex-Leeds player back in there. Penalty here for Huddersfield. You've had a part in his development,
Absolutely,
haven't you, Liam
yeah.
Hood?
Great fella, Liam Hood, and I had to work hard. Been to 8 clubs in total. Been all around the league, not just top league and down at the bottom, but a fierce competitor. Pretty good out of dummy half as well, so he's another player. 300 games and worked hard in every single one of them.
So tap restart for Huddersfield right on that halfway line. Positive start from the side who begin the night and will, in all likelihood, end the night next to bottom because of that terrible points difference, no matter what they do in terms of if they win this game. But they're playing with confidence at the moment. And looking on that occasion through Bibby. Bibby's bowled it out. It's gone backwards. Wolford. Here's Frawley. Kudjoe again. Need to straighten things up. Two plays to go. Wakefield got some defending to do here. Right on their own line as Powell takes it forward. And now the last. Wolford again. Chip and a chase. Just poked out of play by Max Jowett. Safety first.
Good full-back play, right place, right time. You saw the huge shadow of Tom Burgess chasing the kick. If he's not there, Burgess gets another try. Just building pressure, aren't they? Good kicking game, both 6 and 7. Frawley and Lola here in full control in the opening 10 and a bit minutes.
Well, less certainty with dropouts this season because clubs do like to go short, and that's exactly what Jowett has done here, giving his side the chance, but it's Wolford who goes up and collects. And there's the other side of that. Huddersfield now immediately in attacking position, having regained it from that short one. Little twist and a turn from Gagai, who's popped up on that far side. Burgess was offered. Frawley decides to go himself. Wolford in a commanding role here. 10 away. Shifting it towards Lollahea. Neville's dropping it off now, and Milne. Touchline was threatening. Wakefield's defence efficient. Back it comes for Lollahea. Kudjoe just trying to burst his way through here. But this is the last now. Wolford will collect. Looks down the right side again, puts a tantalising kick, and Jayden Myers showing some wisdom on the young shoulders there by allowing that ball out of play.
He was wishing that ball over the back line. Wakefield not touched the ball for what seems like 3, 4, 5 minutes. They'll want to get some air in the lungs, get the outside backs in. Take some pressure off the forwards.
Here's Corey Hall. They've got a very good record here against Wakefield. In fact, anywhere they've won, have Huddersfield 4 of their last 4 Super League games against Trinity.
He's there again, Dave. You've got to get up with Liam Hood.
Fertilli, and that Meekin is closed down very quickly by the advancing Milne. Otherwise, that spelt real danger. That was a tackle that needed to be made. Hood goes up. Fertilli now will carry it on. Throwing it back. Big ball over the top. And Hall catches it, but he in turn is caught by Swift. It's Jowett, the dummy half on that occasion. It's Jay Pitts. 1 play to go. Well, the ball comes out, and the referee says...
Oh, that's a big mistake.
Well, I think he's injured. He's hurt, isn't he? He's just dropped it because he's hurt. It's one of those unforgiving moments in rugby league, isn't it?
Well, in terms of ramifications for his side, in a good part of the field, he sort of runs a little bit half-heartedly into the tackle. We call it getting dished up. He gets dished up, put on his back, probably falls in an awkward position. Yeah, it's one of the golden rules. It doesn't matter how injured you are. Keep hold of the ball, Dave.
This has got HIA written all over there, hasn't it?
OK, boys, we're ready to find our heads. Football, get ready. Heads in there, boys.
There you go. That's Liam Hood's career, 300 appearances.
Side,
Found him playing Junior Rugby League at Stanningley, just on the border of Leeds, heading towards Bradford. Just a good kid who made his way again. Made his debut at Leeds in 2012 against Cass, I think it was. And has fought, scrapped for every inch forward he's got.
Well, this is a big blow from Wakefield's point of view, because he is an influential figure, isn't he? But Jay Pitts is going off the field for an HIA, and if this is failed, well, there's a look from the coach which maybe reflects his concerns, because such a key player.
He's got a big bench though, hasn't he, Daryl Powell? It's Hamlin Ueli who's come on. He's a front rower.
This is Swift.
Mike McMeekin will drop to 13.
Wolford waits. Beyond Burgess and into the hands of Cutcho. Powell takes his side just inside the Wakefield half. Short pass. Burgess was coming on at pace there from Lola Hayes. Little flick. Wolford now looking for a space to get the pass away. Evans involved from fullback. Wolford again. Here's Frawley with a kick. It's a tester here, because up goes Gagai. Has knocked it backwards, and they're just... Yep, it's just bounced out of play. Tane Milne didn't know whether to stick or twist there, but the ball made his mind up for him.
Well, Matt Frawley's teammates are getting used to that familiar kick, an end over end to a position on the field, whether it's on the centre of... Sorry, whether it's on the head of the centre, the winger, or the half-back. He knows exactly where he's putting it, and so do his teammates.
But again, and Hall again, punching above his weight with that hard, threatening run in. First positive involvement from Hamlin Ueli since his arrival from the bench. McMeekin now, just shrugging off defenders. He bounced Harry Rushton away. Well, that's a good offload. Keeping it alive, keeping it going.
He wasn't ready for it, Lino, was he?
Last play. It's with Truman, who'll test that kick to the corner, and Gagai couldn't get there, and it's the young fella Myers who has done. Oh, wins the aerial battle, comes down with ball in hand, and Wakefield have a quick response. 16 played, they're back level.
It's a brilliant kick from the returning Jake Truman. A cluster of players all competing, and it's Jaden Myers who gets up. First points on the board for Trinity. A little bit of relief in the ranks for them, having lost Jay Pitts and conceded an early try. Jake Truman with all the time in the world, and see the defenders in front, the Huddersfield defenders. Don't get up, don't shut him down. He places it where he wants. The competition is always in favour of the player in the attacking ranks. But that's not to take away from the skill of catching the ball, wriggling, writhing, and getting the ball over the line. Great stuff. Great stuff.
Well, that's his first try as well. Only made his debut in the game against Salford back in May. Played against Hull last week. He's been on loan at Batley as well as Jaden Myers this season. And Max Jowett looking to add the two if he can. Kicking as prolific as ever this season. 66 so far, and that looks good for 67, and it is absolutely perfect, and it gives his side a 6-4 lead.
They just need a bit of field position, Wakefield, don't they? Perfect setup. Jake Truman's too good of a player to be allowed to place the ball where he wants. Jaden Myers and his teammates won't care.
Restart finds the outstretched arms of Lachlan Walmsley. That's what's coming up this weekend. Tomorrow, that Wigan Hull game, of course, 2:55, and Catalan Hull KR. Sky Sports mix just before 6. Cass Warrington on Sunday. The Bench podcast, wherever you get your podcast, have a look out for that. Always fascinating insight to the lives and times of some of Super League's bigger names. And here's Griffin. Hood with a pick-up of the carry and getting things moving very quickly again. Truman with a missile pass. Myers trying to sidestep because he couldn't see a pass on the inside, but he does get it away now. Scott pumps it back to McMeekan. McMeekan just looking to tease the defence. Back it comes now for the big effort of Hamlin Ueli. And Hamlin Ueli is going to be stopped, but only 5 away. Scooped out, popped over the top, and it's an invitation for Lachlan Walmsley to score in the corner. And for the second time in 3 minutes, it's the Wakefield fans behind the sticks who are celebrating. What a response this has been from Trinity. From 4-0 down, they lead by 10 points to 4.
Well, it's a glorious try and a wonderful finish from Walmsley. Put the break down to Liam Hood. For the first time in, 19 minutes, they've pushed up with the hooker. They've gone on the short side, found some space. A nice pop pass. Jake Truman puts it across the face of the centre. A beautiful offload. Wakefield keeping the ball alive. They're confident with the ball, like any Darryl Powell side is. Hamlin Ueli, hard and straight, plays the ball quick, and then good vision by Mason Lino. Everybody's got eyes for Max Jowett. All defenders are expecting the fullback to get it, but the winger in space puts it down, and that's the second try in as many minutes.
Well, Lachlan Walmsley continuing his good season. Those Wakefield fans are having a ball at the moment, aren't they? Lachlan Walmsley's 11 tries now in League and Cup. Matty English is coming on to the field, by the way, for Huddersfield. Tom Burgess having gone off. And when this kick goes over, I think you might hear the volume raising a little from the Huddersfield fans, because it will be minute 21. And that will be a celebration of Leroy Cudjoe again. In the meantime, there's the kick, and again, whether it's left or right, he's absolutely boot perfect. It's 4 points to 12.
If Wakefield get a fast ruck, you've got to be on your bike and you've got to push up with Liam Hood. The powerful number 9 with a sharp turn of pace will jump out, whether it's long side, short side, and on that occasion he finds Truman, and then some offloads produce the goods.
Restart and Fatilli. Well, 21 minutes gone, and slowly but surely Huddersfield fans below us are suddenly getting to their feet. I don't think everybody's got the message yet, because just looking down at those Huddersfield fans, there's only about half a dozen who've remembered.
Matty English gives a penalty away to play the ball. He's trying to just grab and buy that extra half a second for his side, taking away the fast play of the balls. We've talked about Liam Hood and how he'll love a fast ruck. Griffin goes into contact, and although they're trying to slow it down, it's just too long for the referee.
Well, again, Wakefield find themselves in excellent position here. Chance to build. Scott with a tap and the initial challenge. Liam Hood goes dashing over back into that general's role once more. Here's Hamlin Ueli with the challenge.
He's been hard to handle since he's come on, hasn't he?
But again, drop back for that diagonal run back towards the centre of things by Matty Staunton, who will be enjoying his return to first-team action here tonight. Hood goes out of dummy half. Oh, the pass is a peach for Mike McMeekan. Mason Lino take a bow. McMeekan with the angle and the run. But how well was he picked out there by Lino? And it is try number 3 in the space of about 6 minutes for Wakefield.
Well, it's perfect pass selection from Mason Lino, but he has options, moving bodies, confused defenders. He's got to get it right, he's got to choose the right option, but credit all the players in the right place at the right time. Liam Hood picks up, goes behind and in front of a couple of genuine options, but it ends up being Mike McMeekan strolling through without a glove laid on him. Although Jay Pitts has left the field, I do like Mike McMeekan as the third middleman, the extra front rower. He's not burdened by having to do all the hard yards and be a meter eater. He can just place himself in the set of 6 wherever he wants. All that experience he's got under his belt now, quality forward.
Well, for him, the game has just turned on its head, hasn't it? In a very positive way. Darryl Powell, the coach, Michael Shenton, one of his assistants alongside. But 4-0 down with 5 minutes played, and Huddersfield have made a very positive and confident start. But the response from Wakefield since. Well, what does Luke Robinson do to try and turn things around? Here's Jowett. Settling himself again. Easiest of all 3 kicks so far. He ain't going to miss that one. And it is 18 points to 4 that Wakefield lead.
Back to his back row days, Mike McMeekan strolling through a hole. But to answer your question, it's a very similar tale to last week away at Wigan. As soon as the ruck got too quick for Huddersfield, they're giving penalties away, giving field position away, it just gets too difficult for them. Even the little ones, even the babas like it.
Well, Huddersfield have hardly had hand on ball, have they, in this last 5 minutes or so? And in that time, they have conceded 3 tries. You can see that, as expected, Leeds jumping out to an early lead against Salford. There was a suggestion this week that Salford might be missing a lot of their key players, those that remain, but I think it was a reasonably strong lineup they have selected tonight in the end.
Huddersfield have made a couple more changes. Matty English came on 3 or 4 minutes ago. George King, Ashton Goulden out there now for the Giants.
Here's Hood again. Truman again. That's an intelligent kick once more that has Evald scrambling across there. All he can do is let it go out of play, because he knows if he picks it up, he's bundled out of play, so he might as well at least confirm that they get the ball back again.
Griffin Truman, and I think it's the winger, Myers, chasing for their lives. It's a nice kick, isn't it, from Jake Truman? Whenever you can get your best attacking player excited when it's time to defend, you're in a good spot. Cam Scott's there as well in that kick chase. Excellent work.
So Huddersfield at least have ball back, but a lot of hard yards to make here. Just needing to stay in the game as much as they can. Because at the moment, they're in danger of just fizzling away. Jay Pitts, by the way, the news we're getting, has passed his HIA, so that's good news from Wakefield's point of view. Not done badly without him, have they?
Oh. Yeah, it was a knock-on from Tuilola here when that ball's offloaded. Just didn't need it, did he? You can see what George King is trying to do. A little bit of broken play. But Tuilola here, he's not expecting, he's not watching it, he's not good enough to catch it. Matty English is probably in the right position, but ends up joining in, trying to shove George King forward. It's just not what Luke Robinson's side needed.
So what they have to do now is turn this next excellent position into points here, Wakefield. Huddersfield desperately needing to keep them at bay. Jay Pitts ready and waiting to get back on the field. Here's Hood. Challenging effort from Staunton. Hood again. McMeekan, favourite for the next one, but he just pumps it left towards Hamlin-Uele, and Hamlin-Uele with the offload, and Fratelli's very sharp in picking that up and turning it into extra yards. That was a moment that might have gone wrong from Wakefield's point of view, but they have kept it and keep this attack alive. Out it goes to Corey Hall. Footwork from him is irresistible. Defenders ahead of him didn't know which way to look, didn't know which way to turn, and when they finally did look back, Hall was over for a fourth quick-fire Wakefield try.
An offload, and a scruffy offload at that, leads to an opportunity for Trinity. And I suppose the difference between the two sides is the control in the chaos that Wakefield Trinity are playing with. It's a top-class finish from Corey Hall. Defenders up, back, sideways. Sam Halsall actually loses his balance, falls backwards because of the confusion placed on him by the run and agility of Corey Hall, holding that ball, threatening to pass it to his winger, which is why that next-in defender moves on and opens up the space for him.
He's having quite a year, Corey Hall, isn't he?
He's always been a great player. He's had a couple of injuries. I think Hulkiar, injury-wise, he sort of stuttered and spluttered, but his quality is undoubted, Dave. He can get a run of a couple of years together. He'll be knocking on international honours for sure.
I mean, Ollie Pratt not in the side at the moment. And you've got Josh Rourke as 18th man. Boy, has he got some exciting outside backs to try and fit into this side. Jay Pitts is back on the field, by the way. Caius Fertilli is the man who's gone off. Well, 58% success probability. Maybe the probability meter wasn't watching his earlier kick. It might have upped it a little. Well, it does put all the factors in there. Personal capabilities, personal record, conditions on the night, conditions in the match, placement of the kick. But he strikes that well, and up go the flags. Well, you'd put your money on him at the moment to kick from anywhere, and Wakefield are leading by 24 points to 4.
It's a real concern for Luke Robinson's side here. Their inability to defend their own line. You've got defenders going up and in, some going in and out, some jamming in and coming up with nothing. They talk about connection, don't they? A team being connected in defence. Well, they're anything but at the minute.
Look at the missed tackles coming into the game, how many Huddersfield have missed, and doesn't that tell a story? And Wakefield are the meanest defence in that regard. Not missing more than anybody else.
It only ever tells one side of the story. Somebody like Michael McAlorum might miss 4 tackles during a game, but he definitely leaves his mark on people, doesn't he?
10 minutes of the half remaining. We talked about Huddersfield's record this year of leading matches at half-time. There's a very real danger they could be out of this match by half-time, the way things are going at the moment. They need a response, but at the moment it's just Wakefield hitting them hard once more. Hamlin-Uele. Last play, so Truman, they invest in his left foot. Up it goes, Evalds underneath it. Chase is good, and Huddersfield, well, there's no let-up, having to start from there.
It's getting a real facet of Max Jowett's game. He stands behind the half-back that's kicking, chases really hard. Huddersfield looking to spread this ball, but because of the energy in the lungs of Wakefield now, because they've had the ball, they've had to do little to no defending. They look comfortable, apart from Mason Lino.
Frawley puts it back on the inside. Skittish type of run from Jacob Gagai. Stepping off both feet as he advanced at pace. Milne just short of the halfway line. Walford again. Lonaher sticks it up in the air. Walmsley's put his name on this and takes it safely enough and challenges those chasers again.
That cycle teams get in, you defend you become tired. Then when it's your turn to run with the ball, there's a lot of one-out stuff. You're ineffective with the ball, and that cycle is absolutely no threat to your opposition. They've got to try and break that cycle somehow, the Giants.
Not going right. Taking possession again. Here's another just challenging run forward. Molino opposite on. Truman. Oh, and almost Griffin finding a hole in that defence, but Hans just about holding on to him. Hood comes left again. Truman sticks it up there. Evans is under pressure, and as soon as he comes down, Jaden Myers came in with a tackle, but the referee saying that he's done well as Evans has kept himself in the field of play.
Just about in the field of play, but he plays the ball half a metre away from the in-goal. We've got the Devil's own job now to get anywhere near the 20-metre line, never mind the halfway line.
Well, on tackle 3, they're not much further away from their own line than they were on the very first.
Big credit to the Wakefield fans. There's over 1,000 of them behind the sticks, cheering the side on.
It's a club that has a real positive vibe about it at the moment, Wakefield.
It is. I went to the stadium on Friday, Dave. It's absolutely transformed now, and it's still under development. The place to be.
Kicked away by Lola here. Jowett underneath, safely patched. Here comes Wormsley. Yeah, we were there, the Sky cameras were there the other week and captured the mood of a full house very nearly against Catalan Dragons.
Big difference when
coming up as well soon.
Sorry, Dave. Big difference when Wakey players are carrying the ball forward. They have support with them.
Hood, pass not the best, bounces off the chest of Pitts. Referee says it went backwards, so it's helped on its way by Staunton. And Hood in there again. 2 plays to go here for Wakefield. Dominating position at the moment. The vast majority of this game now has been played at this half of the field. Whether Wakefield have had the ball or not. This will be the last, so Truman again. Well, helps it on, it's thrown back. It took a touch, so this is a 0 tackle. Oh, but what about that from Jaden Myers? Ain't that a wonderful score? Second of the night, and the footwork there was utterly delicious. Unless, of course, you're a Huddersfield defender.
Wow. What a finish. What a finish. He's taking the congratulations of his teammates. I think they'd be as surprised as anybody. Balance and dexterity, change of direction. Wakefield again spraying the ball from right to left. Mason Lino takes it right into the teeth of the defence. It goes across the face, touches Gagai, and Jaden Myers is the first to pick it up, but obviously weighs up all the options. That's just great stuff, that, isn't it? Couldn't be more impressed with the performances I've seen from him this year.
So what,
no Tom Johnston, of course.
The footwork and the finishing there was reminiscent of a winger from way back who was born not far from this stadium, Henderson Gill.
Henderson Gill. He was actually at the Wigan game last week, paying tribute to Sir Billy Boston. He's a little bit slower than he once was, but yeah, you're right.
He sidestepped 2 players in one go there.
He just moved out the way, didn't he?
Yeah. And the way this fella's kicking, we'll probably put the mockers on him now, but 4 out of 4, it almost seems it doesn't matter where Wakefield are scoring their tries. He's adding the 2. Jowett hoping to make it 5 out of 5. Huddersfield fans doing their level best to try and put him off here. Again, he struck it well, and again it is a thing of perfection. 5 out of 5 from Jowett. 30 points to 4. Wakefield are leading. They have turned the game around. from the 16th minute on.
That is a huge scoreline, considering the Huddersfield scored first. You want to show that more than once. That's a confidence booster for him.
I was saying he made his debut against Salford in March, I think it was, and then played against Hull last week, so his chances have not been huge. Been away at Backley on loan, but he's certainly taking his opportunity here tonight. Here's Pitts, kind of stumbling and made something very good from a poor position that he found himself in terms of balance. Hamlin-Ueli. Truman again, sticking it up there. Groundhog Day for Evalds, having to chase a kick and having to take the ground, otherwise it would have been touch.
Another quality set of 6 after points. The game is too quick for Huddersfield, and it has been for about 30 minutes. They'll be looking towards that half-time hooter now. Get some words of wisdom, get some direction. But it might be a case of bending your back, rolling your sleeves up, biting down on your gum shield and doing the tough stuff.
Wolford. Ashton Golding on the field. Who wants it? Who wants it?
Oh, wow.
And back it goes in the end to George King, and I don't think at the start of that little passing movement he was expecting to be involved.
No, I think that player was designed for Niall Evalds.
The kick caught on the full by the star of this first half, or at least one of them for Wakefield, Jaden Myers, who's found a tough resistance from Ashton Golding.
A lot of the points have been out wide, but the damage is being done by the big fellas in the middle. The work from dummy half from Liam Hood on his 300th game. He's picking up and passing because he's getting good ruck speed.
Corey Hall again.
Hardly any of his passes are off the floor. He's not under pressure. And that puts confusion in the defence.
That looked a little forward. A minute of the half remaining. Hood goes out of dummy half and creates a bit of space for himself. And it's a loose ball. Huddersfield will get it back.
Ashton Golding never gives up on any play in any game. And the offload that finds Hamlin-Ueli, he can't then pass that on. And Ashton Golding just knocks it out of his grasp.
So into the final 30 seconds, and the best that Huddersfield can hope for here is surely just keeping hold of the ball. Quite a distance to cover. They led the game by 4 points to 0 at one stage. They looked like they were on for something good here tonight, but Wakefield have hit them with a whirlwind, turned things right around to the point of almost getting to a match-winning position before the half-time hooter sounds. Huddersfield need a massive turnaround in the second half. They're still travelling with a little hope here, hoping they can create something in the dying embers. But with the hooter having sounded in the background, and those are not very reassuring noises that we're hearing from the Huddersfield fans. Daryl Powell skipping back to the dressing room at half-time. What a first half from Jaden Myers with a couple of tries. One of those absolutely brilliant. Wakefield have been on top of this from 16 minutes on. What a first half we have just seen from concentration from Luke Robinson at the moment. Hoping that his side can turn things around. So off we go, second half. Referee Aaron Moore blows his whistle, and, well, whatever the half-time team talk was from Luke Robinson, it certainly wasn't a request for that. The ball kicked out of play right from the restart. boos already ringing out from a handful of fans in front of us, and Wakefield with a penalty on the halfway.
Do you know, at half-time, Dave, I try and put myself in the changing rooms of both sides and try and think, A, what the players will be thinking, and B, what the coach will be saying. Well, the coach will have been saying, let's control the ball, let's do a little bit with it, test and challenge the players in front of us, and show some honesty in what you're doing. You cannot go up and curl up into a ball. You can't be timid in attack and defence. And the first thing they've done is give easy ball and easy possession to a team that's miles in front on the scoreboard and in the confidence charts too.
What can he do? Luke Robinson, what can he do? Wakefield again, pressing hard. Mason Lino offering it back for Renouf Atoni to have a little surge again. Liam Hood, 12 out, Truman short of the line and just popping it up for Hamlin Ueli to have a little thrust himself. Hood goes left, a twist and a turn from Griffin, just held up short, and this is the last play. Oh, it's a short pass, knocked on, and Huddersfield get it back, and maybe there's a little victory of spirit for the Giants in surviving that pressure.
Well, I talked about goal line defence and players being connected. It's good contact first up from Harry Rushton. You've got to find some connection with each other in defence collectively, not just individually. But for Wakefield, Darryl Powell will want his side to maintain the standards that they set in the first half. Don't let the scoreboard, especially the opposite side of the scoreboard, just start to creep up and those standards drop.
Isaiah Vangenaar's come onto the field from Wakefield's point of view as well. Matty Staunton having gone off. Well, there's perhaps a scoreline we weren't expecting earlier tonight, and certainly not earlier this week. Salford making a real battle of it. Leeds 10, Salford 6.
As we know, Paul Rowley can harness that underdog spirit like nobody else, can't he?
It's a
mistake.
Terrible knock-on from Tane Mill.
Well, we looked at the completion rates from both sides. Both high. One of the few mistakes from the Giants with ball in hand, but the lack of ambition that they showed.
Huddersfield's problem was a lot of their possession was inside their own 20, wasn't it? And they were staring at their opponents in possession for a lot of that first half.
Miles away from their try line, in no danger of posting points, clinging on energy-wise by their fingernails. That's the story of the first half for the Giants.
So again, Wakefield given the chance to take possession inside their opponent's half without having to do too much work to get there. That's Vangenaar.
That's better from Matty English. He'll put up plenty of resistance. And again, involved in defence. Hamlin Ueli has certainly made a difference since he got onto the field.
Now is Tony. Renault for Tony. Just a couple of plays to go. Oh, and that was a clear knock-on from
That's
Mason
two
Lino.
now.
Yeah.
That's two simple, basic knock-ons. Exactly what Darryl Powell would have been saying. Let's keep in the manner, keep the pressure up, maintain the standards. As a kid, you get taught to keep your eyes on the ball. At this level, elite level, they don't always need to watch it actually into the hands. Those 10,000 hours plus that they've done on the training field mean that most of the time they can get away with not watching it. Well, he needed to on that occasion.
Well, we do hope from a neutral point of view that this game doesn't descend into a little bit of a scrappy affair in the second half. Both sides show a little bit of better handling than they have so far. Huddersfield just desperate to get themselves on the scoreboard here. It's a long way back in terms of being competitive in this game, but it's slow and steady steps as English carries again just inside, and that will be a penalty.
So a mistake with the ball, sorry, 2 mistakes with the ball, a penalty. I'm not sure whether it's the big man that grabs it. Is, yeah. Van Ganaert, who lifts the leg. Matty English ends up in a vulnerable position. I'm not sure whether it helps the tumble along the way, but it makes the decision for the referee a little bit easier.
Well, Wakefield have recent history in this position when they led Catalan by a similar big scoreline at half-time and couldn't really put the foot to the pedal in the second half. I'm sure Daryl Powell will be reminded of his side of that. This now is Golding. Well, Huddersfield are just putting themselves in the handy place at the moment. Wolford rolling into dummy half again. It's popped up for the angled run of Rushton. Wakefield's defence being tested here. Wolford again. Frawley now right up to the line, batted on superbly well. It's created and crafted wonderfully. And Adam Swift finishing with aplomb. What went on the inside was pretty good there from the Giants, and it was an excellent finish from Swift as well.
Well, it took them 6 minutes in the first half to post points and 6 minutes in the second. Adam Swift doing Adam Swift things. Sweeping play, Tuilola here bats the ball on. Halsall does his best to create half a gap for the experienced Adam Swift. He makes no mistake, steps off that left foot, avoids a defender, Mason Lino not either able to stop him or prevent him from putting the ball down. They got what they deserved there, Wakefield. 2 mistakes with the ball, a penalty given away, and that's a stark reminder of the fundamentals of rugby league.
Lollahea missed the first conversion. This is a difficult position he finds himself again, but my goodness, that has flown very true. And they're into double figures. Huddersfield 10, Wakefield 30. It's a long way back, but it is a start.
Plenty of chat behind the sticks from the Wakefield player. I was watching the communication, the body language. It's a good start. It's exactly what the home side needed. Tuilola here, as he always does, asking questions of defenders. He only had the slightest of involvement, but all eyes in terms of defenders are on Lola here. Adam Swift scores the try. Yeah. Well, there is the ghost of Hull FC hanging around here for Wakefield, isn't there?
Yeah, that was the second half that turned around dramatically, but it would have to be much more dramatic than this. Yeah, won't be panicking by any stretch of the imagination just at the moment.
I have seen the many sides of Daryl Powell, but he was apoplectic last week. Mystified at where his side went at half-time.
Knock on. Well, they had to back that score up with a big set of 6. But Matty English spills it the very first carry.
Yeah,
and Wakefield are given a great position again here.
There's no captain's challenge there. Matty English knows exactly his part in that play. Lost control of the ball, doing his job, carting the pigskin up. He always has that late shuffle, doesn't he? Meters after contact, he's being manhandled by Wakefield and loses control of the body under a good tackle technique. Jay Pitts gets it, but it's a scrum, head and feed to Wake.
Out he comes. Truman's quickly involved again. There's a battering effort from Radu Fatoni. Hood into position. This time it'll be Van Ganaert who's getting closer. Hood once more. Swooping it back to Lino. Truman, and he was closed down quickly. The roars of approval. Gagai, I think, who came out very quickly and closed that down. Wakefield come again. Hamlin Ueli couple of plays to go. They're still in a good position here. That was a hand. English, and it'll be 0. And Truman brushes away a couple of defenders. They've got 6 on the back of this, so Truman won't try something too elaborate. Doesn't need to, because his side can set themselves again here. And go again. Hood. A Tony. Knock on in the midst of that by a Tony.
Well, there were plenty of Giants defenders involved in that tackle. The big man, he can't keep hold of it. Matty English, probably a good version of missed tackles, not meaning what they do in terms of numbers, because he's getting out, he's putting pressure on people, he's trying to make up from the mistake that he made. And it's his involvement, along with some teammates, that forced the mistake.
No captain's challenge there, and whisper this, Barry, but we've not had a video referee involvement so far tonight, have we?
We've not had a video.
You're looking at me evilly there. You think we've cursed it. Huddersfield looking to bring it from deep. Kieran Rush measuring up and acting half-back again. Swift doing his level best to try and punch his way through that Wakefield defensive line. They're making a bit of progress here.
Who's together now? Hold, boys! Hold!
Rush again. He's going to kick. It's an early kick as well. It's gone out of play.
Oh dear. Well, I liked the response in the first half from Wakefield. Obviously, conceded a try, went on to have a dominant 30-plus minutes. And Kieran Rush and Huddersfield Giants trying to get some field position, because without field position, they'll end up in the same place as they did in the first half, defending their own line, not doing it very well and conceding points.
Pitts invited an extra couple of yards downfield just to play this ball. Wakefield fans still in terrific voice to our left as Tony takes it in. What a year they're having. Truman. Hamlin Ueli. And here's Liam Hood as Wakefield look to size up once again. Mason Lino taking them on with his footwork. Liam Hood back there. Truman back on the inside for Vangadar.
We haven't had a Liam Hood special.
But again, and it's short, and it's a reach, but not quite there. Huddersfield defence just about throwing the blanket over that to stop him reaching out for the try. They're on the last. Truman goes left. Here comes Lino. Lino slides it through. The chase is on. The dive is in. And Max Jarrett will claim that. Oh, hang on. Well, we are going to the video referee.
I told you.
I'm off Liam.
Ruined it.
5. We've got to try.
Try on the field.
Check in, put some obstruction in the build-up, and if it's had any effect.
Obstruction.
Through to the kicking ground in me.
Max Jarrett is pretty certain he scored this.
Okay, the on-field decision is a try on field. We're first reviewing any potential obstruction in the build-up, so we can see where he catches it. Yeah, that he engages contact there to Ilolahe. He makes a defensive decision to grab Josh Griffin, who is running inside shoulder line. So I'm happy to play on from this point. Bad defensive read. So ball on foot. We can see feet are behind the line. Now we can see the try scorer is actually on the left there. So I'm going to play it on from this point. So regardless, there's nobody waiting for the ball, and we know Jowett is onside. So let's just go to the grounding now. And we can see the ball is grounded. I made my decision.
Yeah, it's going to be a try. It's one of those. The law change, isn't it? I think last year, because of that ridiculous law, we used to have Cam Scott's presence there, would have ruled it out, but it's been thankfully changed. So he didn't have any involvement there. So this is going to be yet another Wakefield try 34 points to 10, 53 minutes played.
Yeah, there was a couple of collisions. There were defensive decisions. Probably a decision to take the wrong man, hoping you might force something further down the track. But Max Jowett, it's a shame, isn't it? Kieran Rush, come on, he's trying to find a 40-20, trying to find some field position for his side. Luke Robinson, frustrated with the execution, maybe the idea as well. And then it's followed a similar pattern all evening, hasn't it? Liam Hood, Mason Lino, Jake Truman and Max Jowett. That spine in full flow at its absolute clinical best.
Well, he's pushing towards the 200 mark for the season, is Max Jowett. 66 goals before the night began, so 71 at this point. And that was his 13th try of the season. The kick looks good, and the flags are up. Well, what a night he's having. 6 out of 6, and some really difficult ones in there as well. Wakefield going up in 6s, which is making it even more painful for the Huddersfield Giants.
Outstanding kick. It's a good-looking try as well, isn't it? Gets the right place, right time. And as you said, Dave, 6 from 6 with the boot.
My maths is terrible, Barry, as you know, but I do think that was his 200th point of the season. Not quite what he achieved last year.
Please, Dave, don't start asking me about maths. Once I get past my fingers and toes, I'm in trouble.
500 points last year in the Championship. He ain't going to do that again. 25 minutes to play. And Huddersfield, having just given themselves a little bit of self-pride back, find themselves under the hammer again here. Corey Hall, Walmsley. Wakefield looking to fill their boots. Their points difference, we mentioned earlier, is pretty impressive anyway, in terms of those 3 clubs who are battling for what it appears to be that 6th spot. Hull and Warrington, the other 2. But piling up the points doesn't do them any harm whatsoever.
And as we keep saying, Dave, so many of that top 6 or top 8 are all playing each other over the next couple of weeks, so nothing's settled yet.
Huddersfield looking to create some bustle. I mean, it is all about self-pride, isn't it, now, for Huddersfield?
It is.
Not just tonight, but the rest of the season.
I wrote it on my pad for what Huddersfield can do and what they need to draw on for this second half. They need pride. It's about Leroy Cudjoe, the effort, the blood, sweat and tears that he's put into this club. He doesn't deserve to be on a scoreline that's a good hiding on his 400th and in brackets 401 game.
Crawley puts it high, showed underneath it, safely caught, but a good chase. And Cudjoe is the man who leads the chase. Walmsley, Myers rather. It's pushed back a stride or 2.
They had a strong bench, Wakefield, 4 forwards, even though Harvey Smith is a 9. They had no backs for cover, but he's rotated really well, Darryl Powell. He's had the ability to bring Hamlin Ueli on. Patil has been rotated. They look fresh, energised, while in those stints that they've got.
Here's Hall looking for a bit of daylight in the middle of that Huddersfield line. This will be the last. So the kick is from Lino. It's behind the 40, and there is absolutely nothing that Niall Evans can do about that. And from a position of defence, Wakefield have put themselves right on the point of attack here. High fives all around, and they get 6 more tackles to have a go at this Huddersfield line.
Terrific game management from Mason Lino. Judges that. Precise kick, the right weight, at his side on the front foot now. You can only see one outcome here.
What do they conjure up for Tilly, who's relatively fresh, back on from the interchange bench? Sets the platform, 10 away. Pick up and left, Harvey Smith on the field, operating out of dummy half now. 2 gone, 5 metres to cover. Truman, popping it back, Lino, popping it up again, Banganar. Corey Hall now as Wakefield look to repoint the direction of their attack. It's a scruffy pass, but it's gone backwards. Pitts picks up. Here's Harvey Smith. McMeekan is battering it forward and bouncing backwards, but then driving on again another yard or two. This is the last play. Everybody's looking out for Truman. But it goes to Pitts, and now it's Fartilli who bobs it off, and Truman pats it back. It's still alive here. It's a run towards the line. Oh my goodness, Cameron Scott has got through that forest of defenders to get himself to the line, and Wakefield have yet another.
Another quality finish from the outside back, Cam Scott. Bouncing ball, all come from the offload. Fartilli. Huddersfield Giants that close to the line. They're absolutely miles off in defence. They can neither stop Wakefield or hold Wakefield. An offload follows, chaos ensues. 40-20 here. Set up the field position, and you could see, couldn't you? I said there's only one outcome coming, and it's the Wakey players first to the ball, and Cam Scott with the confidence to get through defenders and leave them in his wake.
You're going to be disappointed if you're the Huddersfield defensive coach here, though, aren't you?
Bitterly disappointing defence, that, isn't it?
Well, there's a look of resignation on many of those faces. This, by the way, is for a little bit of personal history between these two clubs, because if Jowett puts this over, it equals Wakefield's biggest ever win against Huddersfield, 42-16, not that long ago, back in 2018. This is to equal that scoreline. And again, absolutely pitch perfect, 7 out of 7. 42 points to 10, and there's still a quarter of the game to go.
Well, from Wakefield Trinity's perspective, this is a resounding win. We've still got a quarter of the game left, and Cam Scott getting the latest try makes it all the more unlikely that Huddersfield Giants are going to get anything from this game. But my word, Wakefield Trinity are a good side. The way Darryl Powell's got them playing with confidence, defending for each other, promoting the ball, and they seem to have capitalised on every opportunity that they've got.
Here's Pitts, twist and a turn as he takes the tackle. Well, it was very interesting at Leeds at last we heard. 10-6 was the scoreline, but that has altered considerably since. Leeds back on course for the expected win. So the bottom two clubs on the end of some big defeats tonight, it would appear at this stage. There's still plenty of time left in both matches, but very much going to form. Here's Swift.
The question for the Giants is, can they get anything out of this game? My instinct is they're not going to get anything. They're in damage limitation at best. But for Wakefield, if they can increase those standards that they're at the minute, that will make Daryl Powell happy, with a big birthday around the corner for the coach.
17 minutes to go and trailing 42 points to 10. I think your instinct's pretty good, Barry. He's not showing great celebration at the moment, but I'm sure he's glowing on the inside. Jowett looking to return, challenging the chasing line. Be interesting as well to hear the Huddersfield fans' reaction at the end of this game, because there was certainly quite a few boos at the end of the first half. We heard one or two boos when the kickoff went straight out of play in the second half. And there's some discontent there at the moment.
Yeah. And I'm going to say it again, I feel sorry for Leroy Cudjoe. Given so much to this club, and for me, one of the best players, if not the best player in the summer era for Huddersfield Giants.
Yeah, he and Michael Lawrence and Jerry McGilvray, real great players for this club, local lads who stayed at this club throughout their careers. Although the vast majority of their careers, at least, anyway. Huddersfield have a rare opportunity to attack here.
Jermaine McGilvray played at Wakey as well. I can recall him kicking a goal for Wakey in his last appearance.
Finished at Batley as well, didn't he? But the huge chunk of his career, of course, here at Huddersfield.
Oh, wow. Tristan Powell, it goes from bad to worse. This is his 7th star. He's one of the players that can hold his head up high. Runs hard, tackles hard. You just can't do it at this level. You can see what's going through his mind. He's trying to tuck it under his wing because he's got a big man in front of him. He's trying to brace himself for contact. But what's the most important thing, Dave? Keep hold of the ball.
Ken Davey in the middle there. By the way, he was a guest on the Bench podcast a few weeks back. You can still pick up those podcasts of weeks gone, and I'd recommend you to have a listen to that, because it is fascinating, things he had to say.
Oh, it was forward. Yeah,
pass.
Yeah, good spot, referee. Although he got some help from the crowd, didn't he? Just a rare mistake, timing not quite right. Young Harvey Smith replaced Liam Hood in his 300th game.
I say young Harvey Smith, it is a relatively young Wakefield side, isn't it? A lot of young players coming through. Early mid-20s. It's a squad you can see sticking together and growing and developing and evolving over the next few years.
It's exactly what you expect from a Daryl Powell side. He's got some wily old characters in there. He's got players that can do things you can't plan for and you're not expecting, and he's got some steady workmanlike performers as well, and sprinkle some local talent, some system-trained, talented players. Matty Nicholson, the head of youth development, doing a good job producing the next cabs off the rank.
Dummy shown by Frawley, tried to take them on. Ambition was strangled at birth there, so Huddersfield have to pick up and go again here. Just looking for a way through if they can, with one play to go. Rush again, shoots it back. Lollahea trying to smuggle it away, but defenders closing in on Jake Bibby, and he's not got a chance of getting through. And Wakefield have it back again close to their own line.
It's just hard to see what they're trying to do. Body's in front of Bibby as he gets the ball. Tui Lollahea can produce something from nothing. Bibby has no chance of doing anything.
Ashton Golding's been off, by the way, for an HIA, and he has passed that HIA, so a little bit of good news in amongst the gloom for the Giants. There he is, ready to return as and when required. Quick hands away from Hall, has found
Confidence,
Walmsley.
the confidence. Things come off when you're in a confident nature because there's little or no anxiety to what you're doing.
It's directed it back. Truman is going for a 40-20 here, but not the kindest of bounces from his perspective.
Look at that chase, energy and enthusiasm in the chase. The Huddersfield Giants players. Well, there's some tiredness in the ranks. At this point, legs are full of lactic acid, ghosts in the mind. It's going to be a long 10 and a bit minutes.
Isn't it just? Foley with a dummy. Has a look at what's ahead of him, decides there's nothing there for him, so just offers it back for Cudjoe to put his head down and put his shoulders into it. King back to Lolohea and guys up there as well, but Milne is caught in possession. And they're on the last again here, Huddersfield. One play to go. Plenty of ground to cover. Kick is up from Lolohea, and Jowett, who's having one of those nights tonight, is never going to let that one out of his grasp. And Myers will have a go. And he is caught high, and so Wakefield have a relieving penalty here.
Hasn't he showed up well, Jaden Myers? Perhaps the most difficult decision of the night is the player of the match. There's been so many impressive performances from the Wakefield Trinity side. Jowett catches it confidently. I think they might be a little bit unlucky there, Huddersfield. There's not an awful lot that Tom Burgess can do that. He can't drop a foot in 0.2 of a second, but them are the rules that we're playing under.
So a tap and go from Scott.
Move, hold out. Go on, good Ash.
Harvey Smith back on the inside here for Mike Meakin to have a push and a shove.
Move on the mat, mate.
Golding back on the field from that HIA exclusion for a while. He's back out there. Here's Fatilli, who's carrying well and with some threat again. Smith goes out, rolls around, back to Fatilli. Now it's Pitts.
Oh, who are we right? Why? Go for
Smith.
Okay, that.
Truman. Oh, quick hands and too quick almost. Jowett just has to drop on that to retain possession.
Go 5.
Truman.
Yeah.
Kicking it up there again. Walmsley's trying to get in with the challenge. His way is blocked, and Swift handing off a couple of defenders coming his way, and this is good. I mean, in amongst the gloom, he has been a shining influence, hasn't he, for Huddersfield?
And that was a positive set in defence. They managed to get up, shut the play down, so when Jake Truman's turn to kick came, he didn't have a lot of options available to him. That's the reward you get for good defence. But you've got to put a considerable amount of those together before you expect to get any points from them. Clinical it's been from Wakefield. Clinical. They've not been perfect. They're not looking for perfection at this point in the season, but it's a good response to last week. On the 2 occasions that Huddersfield scored those tries, they turned around Wakefield and answered emphatically.
It's going to be another cracking away win as well. Here's Myers. Closed down quickly by Gagai. See the attacking stats. Play the balls in the opposition 20. That's a good response there from Huddersfield's defence.
Yeah, 16 there for Huddersfield. They've had enough, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's just what they've done when they've had those opportunities. And that man's not going to let anybody down in defence. Ashton Golding and his teammates hold Walmsley up, push him over into the dead ball.
10 seconds, Max. Stay behind.
Well, I've never seen any rugby league team give up. I haven't. Huddersfield Giants haven't given up. They've just made it really hard to get anything from this game.
Well, the short kick out has given Huddersfield back possession here. What can they make of this? Halsall taking it well. Frawley now. Cutcho. There'd be some consolation if he could produce a try, but he's not. He's flicked it up for Corey Hall. Hall looking to get away, has support. Jowett with a juggle, back to Hall again, and Swift gets back in amongst all that mayhem to close things down with a tackle, but Wakefield are travelling in the right direction again. Truman, away it goes. Here's an opportunity. Griffin is going to go all the way by himself here. He has. Josh Griffin. Well, everyone was wondering where he was going to pass, who was going to get that ball, but Griffin just had eyes on the prize and has scored an 8th Wakefield try.
It's so cruel, rugby league, isn't it? Huddersfield Giants looked like they were in a position to attack the try line of Wakefield, and then a loose pass. Corey Hall doesn't have enough energy left to get far enough down the field, finds support with the fullback Max Jowett. They play a little 1-2. Here's the offload. Corey Hall does the right thing, finds the offload. When he gets it back, keeps hold of it. And then again, the theme of the night: skill, precision, speed, ruthlessness. And he goes back to his centre days here. Josh Griffin sums this up perfectly with a support player outside him, wants to commit defenders, and when they won't go at the right time, tucks it under his wing and thinks, I'm having this, and Sam Halsall is left grasping at shadows.
Well, once again, they have given Max Jowett the most uncomfortable kicking position here. Robinson still sending instructions down there. Seven out of 7 so far for Max Jowett. He's landed them from just about every different position on the field. They want to keep this 100% record. Let's fly with the boots. Oh! It is a no as the ball goes wide. And they're booing him.
He's absolutely fuming. Fuming. I thought he'd struck it well. And even though Josh Griffin does everything he can to score the try, doesn't improve the angle, ultimately it's a little bit too difficult for the fullback Max Jowett. 7 from 8's not so bad, Dave.
Walmsley putting his foot, trying to get it on the touchline, not quite getting there. Otherwise that would have been another penalty. So he has to take second best, which is possession. But this is now a record win by Wakefield, 46 points to 10 against Huddersfield. A record win by Wakefield against Huddersfield. And that has seemed inevitable from midway in the first half. The way they just opened up Huddersfield, having gone, remember, 4-0 behind at one stage. They were trailing by that score up until the 16th minute, but then just a burst of points before the break. And a steady flow in this second half.
You get losses like that in a good season. You get losses where it's character building. You could see the hurt and embarrassment from Darryl Powell and his team. They knew that they shouldn't have been in that position at the end of the game. The way that they performed, the manner of the defeat hurt them, and they've certainly come back in the most positive of ways.
Russell's return. Huddersfield 3 minutes away from the hooter sounding, and I should imagine they'll be very relieved to hear that hooter and get themselves off the field. Huddersfield fans shouting their support for the club at the moment. Huddersfield till I die ringing out the stands beneath us, the rapidly emptying stands beneath us. Or the pass there from Lolohea.
It's a desperate one.
As if he'd looked at Lino and thought, I'll throw it anyway.
It's a desperate one, a telegraphed one, with little to no options in front of him. He's trying to find a miracle ball. And if you're trying to throw it over the head of Mason Lino and he gets his hands to it, he must be about 5'5" on his tiptoes.
Huddersfield headed feed. Well, I think they've just announced, I didn't hear who it was, but I think they've just announced the man of the match from Huddersfield's point of view. And I didn't hear who it was because all you could hear was booing from Huddersfield fans.
And the cowbell. The cowbell started now, Dave. Yeah, a kick from Tulola here. Doesn't get the bounce that they want. Doesn't bounce back into anybody's hands. And this game is just going to phase out with a set possession. Straight from the scrum, Lola here needs a better bounce, wants a better bounce. It's been that kind of night for him, hasn't it?
Well, Leeds on the back of their win against Salford are going to jump up into 4th position. Wakefield on the back of this win are going to jump up into 6th position. OKR, Wigan, Leeds, St Helens and Wakefield making up the 6 at the moment, but there's still time for that to change this weekend, of course, with matches to come, all of which you'll catch here on Sky Sports. There's a young fella who's looking for a hat-trick, but he had quite a distance to cover on that occasion. McMeekan. Lino. Fanged up.
All the way back.
Into the final minute. Can Wakefield burst through to the half-century here? Pitts puts it back. Truman with a short pass. McMeekan was coming crashing onto that. They've not held on to him. Harvey Smith picks up the pieces again now. Redirecting the angle. Lino. And again they're flicking it. It's almost as if they need to score a try on this play. Keeping it alive. Eventually the tackle is in. This is the last play. Probably the last play of the game. It's with Truman. Truman tries to dummy, offers it back. McMeekan's there. Oh, the ball knocked out of his grasp by Gagai, who just about did enough at full-back to stop the McMeekan celebration and prevent what would have been the 9th Wakefield try of the night. The referee rules a knock-on. They do not have time to restart the game. What an impressive win again for Wakefield Trinity on their travels. A big, big victory and a win that takes them into the top 6. And who knows, when the music stops in September, that might be a position they still occupy, maybe even better than that. For a club that's newly promoted, this is turning into a very, very good season, and a one that they are all enjoying watching at the moment. It's a very different story on the other side of the camp tonight. 401st game for Leo Cudjoe. They came here to celebrate a terrific servant of this Huddersfield Giants club, but all that paraphernalia before the match rather forgotten.